Good morning, Miami Dolphins fans all across the globe. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you had a great day with the special ladies. And if you happen to be a lady mother, happy belated Mother's Day. I hope you guys enjoy the time with the family. But the Miami Dolphins made some news on Mother's Day as the announcement of Isaiah Wynn, a former first round pick of the New England Patriots back in 2018, though he had to set out his whole rookie campaign due to injury. And he's been a left tackle he was a left tackle for the first 3 years of his career before moving last year over to right tackle and didn't also log some snaps at guard. So I think here for the Miami Dolphins is a quality depth piece, if nothing else, and then a really legitimate chance to fight for the starting right tackle or maybe even left guard spot. I'm going to bring in Justin, like always, to see he's done a little bit of research on him. So, Justin, please like and subscribe, and I would love it. Good morning, Justin. So,
good morning.
First off, how was your weekend? If you can go over your game that you had on Saturday real quick.
Oh, my weekend was action-packed, my man. It was a great weekend. We started it off with the Colorado Longhorns' first victory of the season. My first victory as a coach. It was great. It was special for me. Yeah, what's up, Steve? What's up, man? Ender, what's up, dog? What up? Yeah, we're going to have mad fun watching our Dolphins this season, dog. I'm going to get that jersey right out to you, dog. In fact, I was getting ready to fill out the shipper today and try to get it out. So it's coming, my man. It's here. So, yeah, it was a great win, man. My defense is down there, kicking butts and taking names, and I had a bunch of sacks.
Well, congratulations to your first victory now for the season. Yeah, you're 1-1. So
yeah, I got some monsters down there that I work with that are legit, man. I'm telling you now, these guys could be on an NFL squad somewhere, at least a practice squad, or some of them could get XFL contracts. But I'll be honest, that didn't stop me from going back to this is a Dolphins channel. I hope everybody had a great, wonderful Mother's Day out there, like Rob just said, and you guys enjoyed yourself and had a safe one. But you know what? We made some news. We went and picked up some Isaiah Wynn. You know what? I remember Isaiah Wynn, and the reason why is because I got a lot of research on him. He played next to Solomon Kindley. Solomon Kindley and him both played at Georgia. Wynn played left tackle, and Kindley would play left guard. So I'm very familiar with this kid's game. A lot of people would label him more as a guard and transitioning to guard going into the next level. But I'll be honest with you, with this tape, and you can go back and look at a Georgia tape. You can look at Patriots tape. I don't care what tape you look at. He's got athletic ability that is it's good. It's very underrated. His feet are really good. He can play tackle. He can play right tackle. He can play left tackle. He can play left guard. Hell, he might even be able to play a little bit of right guard. But I'll be honest with you, I think this guy gives us a chance to sharpen up some of the other guys. He hasn't had a lot of luck with his health either. I'm not going to give him a 5-star treatment or like he's some all-star that's going to come in and like supersede the position, but it'll help sharpen up the other guys if he's healthy. What I don't like about it is, oh man, it's like we just keep collecting these guys, trying to give them second chances. I hope we hit with one of them, but it's like you got Austin Jackson, can't stay healthy. You got Isaiah Wynn, can't stay healthy. Now you those are supposed. Yep, and there you go. There's another one. Armstead can't stay healthy, and these are supposed to protect the quarterback who can't stay
healthy.
Do you understand what I'm? Did you see the?
No, I understand, but
for you right here, that's bad. That's bad precedent. In my, I hear all the talking heads out there talking about it, discussing it. Especially someone like a Barry Cunningham and Dougie Water and all those guys who are discussing all these things, and everyone's going to the line, bro. The line. What have we been talking about around here?
No, I mean, that's what you've been talking about that forever, and
I talk about it so much, man. I make myself sick about it.
Listen, it predates our current regime. I mean, our office.
Absolutely. I love the way you just said that.
Yeah,
it's absolutely true. It predates our current regime. I've been griping about this for a long time. And I'll be honest with you, somebody who's I'm a savant, a line of scrimmage guy who really likes the trenches. My boy Chris Maljoy, he just played in that game.
Congratulations, Chris, to a nice victory. I'm hearing about.
Great game.
Good job.
Great game. Yep. Our long snapper, He played right guard, I'm pretty sure, for us because we were down our right guard.
Yeah, he was here on Friday's show. Good guy.
Yep, he was. Great show, dude. Love
Back
having
and
him
look
on.
at it. Good stuff.
Yep. Yeah, we were down. We were down players too. Sometimes you just have to do what you got to do. But back to the conversation, like I was talking about, like honestly, man, the Dolphins just got to keep moving with what they're doing. Like we haven't had a lot of luck going lately with these guys, and now we're bringing in these injured players. Like you never know, maybe they'll strike lightning and have a renaissance and stay healthy.
No, you never know. I mean, obviously he has a pedigree. If you're a first round pick, you come in with some pedigree. So hopefully, maybe he just like some of our guys haven't had the right coaching to be coached up or the right. So you never know. And then maybe he can avoid injury, come in there, and he'd be ready to go. So like you say, at that to get a recent, not that long ago, 2018 first round pick on the waiver wire. I mean, you can't beat, on the free agent, no big money, 1 year deal. It's a flyer. If he makes it, you're golden. If you're not, you're just
then you're not out no big money or anything.
Right.
Yeah,
you're not
exactly.
So it's a good, and then it doesn't, mean they can't do another move down the road.
Yeah.
Like, once June 1st opens up and they got more money. And then other teams start making cuts, and you're like, oh, that guy's better. He might be cut from some team, but you look at him as an improvement on your team.
Sure. Yeah.
So,
there's guys out there that's going to happen, and maybe that's what we're waiting for. I'm not sure, but it's like I can't talk like this dude's like some all pro or something like that because he's really not. But when you do look at the tape, he could be serviceable. He could do the job. His feet move really well. Like he had a couple moves where like, his feet don't come up off the ground very high, so it kind of just shuffles his feet very good. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yeah. And he's quick, so he can move out there to play some left tackle if you really. Oh, thank you, Ender. Appreciate it, my man. Yes, it's a great victory, bro. Love this defense. I love this team that we're playing on. I love each one of our players, our coaches. We have the team. But back to the Dolphins.
No, but I know you're on cloud nine, man. You had a good win, so don't worry about it.
Right now, when I go to work, it's like that's all I think about is football. You know me anyway. That's all I do anyway.
Oh no, it's all you've ever think about. So
yeah,
it's
exactly.
all good, man. It's all good to bring that energy.
I don't know. I'm just the kind of dude who I like the trenches. You know what I mean? If you're fortified in the trenches, if we have trench warriors, we're gonna win. That's why
I agree. Well, that's why the helmet on your size is digging in the trenches because that's
absolutely
what you like. So that's why we threw that on the football helmet for you.
I mean, if you think about it, I've seen some things on tape from an Isaiah Wynn that could help us. And what I'm getting at is somebody who like you have out there right now, say like, Austin Jackson's athletic, but same thing with Wynn. Can you stay on the field? And Isaiah Wynn is athletic. I think Isaiah Wynn's a little stronger than an Austin Jackson. I think he's a better fit for the system than an Austin Jackson. And I will give you this and say this. He started and played in more games than Austin Jackson. Small sample of Wynn's highlights. He looked pretty good. Trenches still wins games. Absolutely. Trenches wins every damn game you play. Yeah. I don't care if you're playing in our level, at the CFL level. You're playing in XFL, NFL,
youth football, everywhere. Yep.
Youth, anywhere. You've got to block. And if you don't have them, like, block them right and have it, like, sustained and everybody be lined up where they have to be, all that jazz, then you won't win games. It's all about doing the little things like basketball. Like, I hate to bring in a different sport to talk about it, but, like, boxing out, rebounding, don't let people get –
You got the perfect play design. Everyone executes it except for one lineman, and the whole play's blown up. So
it's blown up. Usually, I mean, sometimes you can hide some things. And
you can. Sometimes you got a quarterback that but if it's a quick hitting play, but if it's something that you got, it just depends.
What did you just say? If you got a quarterback that can help hide those deficiencies,
right?
Exactly. A lot of people like to knock the quarterback that we got right now. I don't know if you guys ever seen the video or anything. This is probably the second time I've talked about this too. But Alec Ingold is saying that we're sitting on gold too, along with Mike McDaniel. He played with Tua Tagovailoa. He said he's getting the offense out of positions that normally wouldn't happen. So Tua's making the offensive line look better than it really is. So now, can he help overcome the deficiencies with what we've put in place already? When Wynn played, he was above average. Yes, I agree, Steve. And just above average. Just. Like,
but hey, we would take it around here. We'll be below average.
For us would work. We need average for us will work.
I know, so exactly. And Steve, thank you. You got a show tomorrow night on the Fins Talk Sports Network at 7:30 p.m. and I'll be there as your co-host. Good stuff, guys. And yes, Chris, you're speaking It must be the language of Colorado because there you go, bang in the trenches and let the pads sort it
Sort
out.
it out. Basically, yes, dude. That's how I want. I think that's just how football should be played. You know, I'm old school. I believe you need to play it that way, and you need to go down there and run the ball. And I'll be honest with you, like the way that this offense is set up, I think Mike McDaniel, he's starting to understand like where he made his mistakes last year, and he's growing from it. Let's hope he's standing by the words that he said, and he's going to go back to emphasize to running the football. Because if we could get back to running the ball, we're going to run the ball, you guys. I'm going to tell you right now, don't think we're not. We will. I don't care if you got Hill. I don't care if you got Waddle. I don't care if you had Tony Gonzalez playing tight end. We're running the ball. And the reason why is because you brought in Siebert. You already got Smythe. Siebert was a damn good blocker, you guys. He's probably the best blocking tight end we have on the team. And that's saying something because Smythe is good. But I think Siebert's sneaky, a little more athletic, I think, than Smythe. I think this is going to work out. Like, if you can get some tight ends down there to block, that's why we brought him in, dog. Then you have someone like Higgins. I heard that dude look good at minicamp, by the way. I heard he's explosive.
Yeah, I heard that too. But like I said, you have to take it with a grain of salt because they're not doing the pads and all that. But I agree.
Never know.
And then before we move, I want to get, and then we go back to all of this stuff. We got a long time to talk still, but here's some minor moves the Dolphins have waived. These were all rookie free agents they brought in. Jarrett Horst, Alex Jensen, and DJ Scaife, who was the University of Miami. And the Jarrett Horst, as you can see on the bottom of my notes, he was recently the first overall pick of the USFL. So if anything, that gives the kid a better chance to actually go play some football because he probably wasn't good. He was going to be battling here. So the Dolphins probably did him a favor by like, okay, this kid's not going to make it here yet, but he can develop in the USFL. And then, maybe we'd take a flyer on him again. So none of those moves really surprised me. I'm surprised Horst went so fast because I thought it was a pretty good pickup in the middle for undrafted free agent. But at the same time, the Dolphins probably said, well, this kid's not going to make it. And there's a good chance, in the USFL, he's going to get some playing time. So what do you think about that, Justin, on those cuts?
You know what? It's crazy. I hate to go back to, I watch Barry Cunningham's show on it, and he's like, what did the Dolphins see when 2 minicamp practices that had them be like, no, this ain't for us? I mean, you did sign them to some sort of money deal and like brought them in, and then you cut them within 2 practices. So they must have seen something on all 3 of them to be like, this will never work at this level. So we got to let's just end their careers now. Yeah. And then they brought in Isaiah Wynn right after it. I think that had a lot of correlation to do with it.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. So anyway, back to us. So yeah, I mean, none of those shocked me, but I just so sudden that they got rid of them. That was my main surprise. Yeah, and like I said, that first kid, he's going to go. He's going to get USFL time, and then he can prove there to step up his game. So it's okay for him. The other 2, I don't know. It's going to be tough. I don't know if any teams are going to pick them up this point. Man, they got them rid of that quick.
Right. I don't know. We'll see. Like a little bit more about the Wynn kid, like a breakdown on him real quick. Obviously, I already told you his feet are really excellent. He can move side to side. Wynn can also move to left tackle. Yes, this is what I'm getting at right here.
I agree.
I think this is somebody they're bringing in to try to give him a second chance to revitalize his career and get it going again. And then you can fresh start, a new place to be again, get him moving. And then you can maybe, if he can stay healthy, you can maybe bring him in to replace Armstead later down the line. But a quick breakdown on him, his feet are great feet. He's got good movement. Hips are pretty smooth. He's got a nice kick slide if he plays, tackle. He's mean, nasty, finishes his blocks at the point of attack. If he gets his hands on you, he literally will lock you out. His hand placement's great, clean, very athletic. He can move, he can pull, he can trap, he can reach block, he can peel block, combo, duo. Oh, you want to know what this guy does really well? Is he will wash out somebody on the line of scrimmage. If you want to down block with someone like this, he will get the job done. He will take a dude and ride him all the way down the line of scrimmage. So I think you're getting a better version of what you're trying to get at tackle with an Austin Jackson. And I think they're getting ready to have a battle at right tackle.
Okay, that sounds good. And if, like you say, if nothing else, if we can be the swing left tackle of arms, because last year was such a drastic, you just got to get, I just want a guy like you say, average or even a little above average to fill in when Armstead goes out, not below NFL standards, which we've
Right.
had when he's gone out. That you're just you're
Well,
praying every time that we try to run an offensive play that someone's not going to get killed back there.
right.
So
If you think about it, the way they've positioned themselves right now, Isaiah Wynn, Kendall Lamb, Austin Jackson, and I guess you can throw Jerron Christian in there, are all in a battle for two positions: the right tackle starting spot, and the
right.
swing tackle position, which is left tackle, and right tackle. So
Nope.
you got two spots.
No, I mean, he's had a run of bad luck on injuries for sure. I mean, he missed his whole rookie campaign.
Yep.
And then I think I read somewhere where he's missed and I could do the math on that, what I did from Football Reference there. I think he's missed 23 games since, 2019 when you started actually playing. So, yeah, it's not someone that you can rely on, but maybe as long as when he's on the field, it'll be someone I hope that quarterbacks and running backs can rely on to.
Right. He can run block. He's one hell of a run blocker. I think his pass blocking and his run blocking are both like an 8 or a 9 if I was to SRS him. He's a complete offensive lineman. He can pass block and he can run block.
So do you like him more than
stay healthy?
You like him more than Cam Fleming, because that was the name that was getting floated around. He came and visited.
Do
and
I
then
like him more than Cam Fleming? No.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
so do you think Cam Fleming's still a possibility down the line, or do you think the Dolphins like him more than Cam?
You want to know what's crazy, dude? Like before when we come on the show, we're talking about Isaiah Wynn and like we made a move, we're not that excited about it, but it is a move to help, try to shore up.
It shows that they realize they still need help there.
Yeah, absolutely. But the thing is the June 1st that you brought up, I think there are more moves coming, and it's crazy because I know a lot of other people will know this and start putting the tea leaves together, but Dalton Reisner played for the Broncos, the offensive line coach for the Broncos. Siebert played for the Broncos. I was watching Siebert film, and I kept seeing, look, there's 66. There's Reisner right there. He ain't even signed yet. Yeah. They could still bring in him for competition. And Cam Fleming played with the Broncos down there as well. Yeah, all three of those, I think that their possibilities are still open. Obviously, I've been hearing the rumors about Dalvin Cook going to be released. Those possibilities are still open. I told you about that a couple episodes ago, about if they were to release him, I would be interested, but I'm not interested in trading for him.
No, I agree 100% on that. If they release him, then yes. But he may get more money on the open market. But if he's willing to come to Miami, we'll see, man. We don't even know what the market for him is going to be. So,
I mean, if you really wanted to get serious about winning a Super Bowl in Miami.
Oh, no, you go for it.
You go for it right now, and you just go ahead and sign Reisner and Fleming right now.
Right.
Reisner and Fleming. You pick up Cook once he's released, clears waivers, if he clears waivers.
Yeah.
And then you go and sign also, this is a major thing you got to think about. We're not done on defense. I know everyone's like, well, we're done on defense. No, you need to get Akeem Hicks. You need to get someone else to come down there and play some defensive snaps.
You know why I like you, Judge? Because you're greedy. You want it all when it comes to the Dolphins.
I want it all, the G. I definitely want it all.
I agree, and I love it because you know what? This is it. Because if our window's as small as they say, we only got a couple of years to get it, boom, and we got to get it in there and then, break it up. I don't care if it's this win. Because if you're not going to win, you might as well know that you went down swinging on the, with everything you have. So
yeah, I'll be honest, man. I keep this in the back of my mind every time I get a little worried about the offensive line, and like I know the coaching staff and GM and the coach have came out and be like, I think you guys are a little bit more worried about the offensive line than we are, because I know they probably come out and said
that's it. Dolphin fans going bonkers.
Stupid. I'll be honest with you, dude. Like, you shouldn't say that. I think they got something in their back pocket. Maybe they're working on. They think someone's going to get released, a big name, or they got a trade they're sitting on for tackle. Like
I hope. Let's not get ahead. I hope though. And real quick, guys. Oops, wrong banner. There you go. I just want to make sure you remember you're watching baby. Dolphins Chatter here on Dolphins Thirsty, where we always love to chatter about our Miami Dolphins, and it's great having you. But please give a big like and subscribe if you're new to the room. Thank you very much. And now you get to see our beautiful faces again. I just remember I had to throw that a little bit in there. So anyway, I'm with you, man. I just want them to do anything they can at this point, within reason, of course, not give up tons of draft picks for the future, because you do have to have some plan if it doesn't go well. But like you said, if Cook gets released, be in there, be aggressive, do what you do to get them. You can free up the money. June 1st, more money is going to come on the book. Extend Wilkins, or try to trade Cedric Wilson for a future pick in the year 37, 22, whatever. Like 1,000. Just take something just so he's off our books and the other teams have him on the.
That'll give you more money.
And I like Cedric Wilson. Guys don't say, "Oh, he's a dog." I think he's a quality receiver. He just wasn't a good fit for Miami last year. Maybe they do find a way. But you just can't cut him, though. You can't cut him because he's $7 million cap hit cut.
Yeah, that'll kill us, dude. We can't do that. We have to find a trade partner for that and get that off our books. That opens up $7 million. If you could even be like, hey, we'll pay half, that gets you $3.5.
Yeah, I know. No, anything like that. Yeah, I agree.
And then
another got to do something. Because
another move that would save us money would be if the Turk, the unrestricted free agent, the UDFA we got, the punter, can take Bailey's job. That'll save you like $1 million or $2 million right there.
Yeah, but I read like 700,000 for a punter, if it's just a lot. I think 700. So he's gonna have to outright win the job, because I think Bailey, his contract says something like 700, 800, somewhere 900. It was like a lot of money guaranteed for this year. That's already. So he's gonna have to. I think Turk's gonna have to come out, and if he does outright beat him, then okay, they lose that.
Sure. He's gone.
But yeah, for the future, then it would change. But this year, you had signed him to that 1-year guaranteed contract, because I guess he had.
And there's some of those guys that gave the guaranteed money to already, which would be the Brandon Peely, I think Garrett Nelson, the center, the Uwave kid out of San Diego State, and the Bonner kid, the cornerback. So these guys all have gotten like 10,000, 50,000, 40,000.
I know Peely went all the way up to 100,000.
Yeah, I think it was 90. So almost 100.
Yeah.
But I was going to say the Bonner kid, man. I went and watched tape on him last night, and I don't know, man. There's some things he does that I'm just not really a fan of. Like, he's not very physical at the point of attack. Sometimes he gets beat and then doesn't come back and come up and make tackles on plays that he can. He's got all the athletic ability and traits you would look for, and like a good 3-cone and good 40 time, and can move, and good still head, good ball tracking, can play defense like that on that side of the ball. It's just the physical side I'm a little worried about. I don't think he makes the team. I know Anthony was talking about he really liked him, but I don't see that translating anytime soon. The sneaky one, I was looking at some tape on last night. I'm like, damn, he's decent. And it would be that Randy Charlton right there. You just said out of Mississippi State. I'll long snap for cheap. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I know you will. I'll be honest with you. The long snapper they got right now, they drafted that kid in the 6th round, that Blake Ferguson.
Yeah, I know.
And his brother long snaps for the Bills. I don't think they're getting rid of the long snapper anytime soon. But I know there's some work out there for you, buddy. I guarantee you.
I know. But yeah, it's all good. And by the way, the Back It Up Ben's podcast, Anders, Steve, Chris, and whoever else is coming in here this morning, thank you so much. Fins up to all you guys. We haven't had our G-Man visit for the day yet,
Right,
so.
my dog G-Man. But yeah, back to that Charlton kid. He's more of a stockier, what I would call a tweener. Like, he can play some 5-tech, 3-tech. He's bigger than you would think. I know it only says, I think he's 280 something or 260 something, but he's real stocky, fairly fast, real good with his hands, man. He's violent hands technician, puts them in the right places. Looks like he has a plan when he pass rushes, got a little bit of pass rush polish to him. He could be a sneaky guy that could sneak on the back end of the roster somewhere. Right. So that's a name to watch out for. Also, I've been watching a little bit of tape on all these guys. That Vandenberg, same thing, real kind of a stop, like what I would say a tweener. Like, he can give you some snaps down there at the end, like a 3-tech, 5-techy, but he's more of a linebacker with instincts. Like, he's real smart, very instinctual. We'll see like a 2-gap read and know that the running back's going out for a screen and immediately go out to the flats to cover it. Like, he's very fast, very fluid, very natural football player. He could make some sort of a move also on the back end of the roster. Those two names, watch out for them.
And if you guys are just joining us, as a couple of these names are already off the list, and one's not on here that actually Justin likes. Because he signed later in the undrafted. What's the Turnstile kid that you like?
That James Turnstile kid, I think, is also going to be a kid at play at the swing left tackle position in the battle with the Kendall Lamb and now Isaiah Wynn and Jerron Christian and Austin Jackson. Yeah. Don't be surprised if one of these kids like that, even Ryan Hayes, same thing, get in there and they get a chance to get in this battle because they're gonna want their playing time too and step up and show what they got.
All honestly, it's probably going to come to one or two of them making the team. That happens every year. So
whoever loses, you just sign them to the practice squad.
Yeah, I know that's what we've done in the past. So it should be good. Like I said, they sometimes know, how Kato Kohu came in as an undrafted free agent and played major playing time for a playoff team fighting for playoff spot towards the end of the year. He was her main guy. So it's just, you never know, man, when when the spotlight shines on you, you better be ready. And at least he was. I know he had his couple hands he plays in the Buffalo game. Some of them are a little bit still questionable that other teams got away with that he didn't. But sometimes that just goes with the respect on the name after, it was rough. But overall, he did well for an undrafted free agent. He came in and he didn't embarrass himself, didn't embarrass the team, and he was a contributor. So a lot of these guys, they have that. Every year, some guy has a chance to be that.
No, he's Cinderella. Really scrappy. It's amazing what the Dolphins are able to do with these late round undrafted free agent corners or safeties. What they're able to do with them is amazing. And I think it's going to continue. And the reason why is because you got Vic Fangio now. The biggest signing for the Dolphins over the offseason, I know it was like, dude, that trade for Ramsey was beautiful. Yeah, it was. But the best thing they did was bringing in Vic Fangio. You have over 36 years of coaching experiences coming in to run a defense. It's never been bad. Like, this defense is going to go places I don't think we're even prepared for. I'm pretty excited for it. Like, if I go in through and try to do like a lineup, pencil in a lineup and look at a depth chart, which I'll do a lot. Like, right. I don't even put Ramsey at cornerback anymore. I put Smith over there starting at the other cornerback position, and I put Ramsey at safety because that's.
Wow, you're crazy, man. I don't know, but I do think Ramsey will move around a lot.
Watch, bro. I guarantee you, he's playing Jack, Star.
Yeah, I agree with that part. I do think at the end of the day, he might be listed as a cornerback, but yeah, he's going to move all over.
You're going to move. That's going to be his chess piece that he likes to move around, bro. Watch and play with and do things with. And that's another thing why I think the undrafted free agent linebackers, I hate to keep going back to this, but in my mind, I can't get off of it. Like, Vic Fangio is a guy who likes what he likes, okay? If you go back and remember his days is from the Bears, he likes to have the linebacker that he wants to have, a guy that he can move around like a Khalil Mack. He likes to have a cornerback that can play and lurk like a Kendall Fuller. You know what I mean? Like, they played for the Bears. He likes to have his chess pieces he can move around out there on the battlefield, and that's what Jalen Ramsey is here for. He likes to have those guys down low as well, though. So I think the Vandenberg kid is real sneaky. Like, I think he could somehow, some way squeeze on because of Vic Fangio wanting to use him in like coverage, like underneath, flats, hook, curl, and then maybe bring him in on a blitz or something like that. There's guys who are sneaky that are on this undrafted free agent list. And I'll give them to you right now. It's Charlton, Peely, Nelson, Michael Turk, excuse me. We already talked about that. And another one is the Keandre Smith down there. Trust me, he likes safeties. He likes corners. This dude's interchangeable, big, physical. Aubrey Miller, Vandenberg. And I think that would do it for that list there. Don't forget about Ryan Hayes, the 7th round pick out of Michigan. That guy's he's gonna compete. So those are the guys I would watch out for off that list right there.
Well, that's cool. So those, I know, and yeah, of course we had our draft class, and those guys you would hope all contribute. Of course, the seventh round. Let's see.
I think the first two are definitely going to see a lot of playing time, depending on how fast the 6th round pick Elijah Higgins can pick up the playbook and the nuances of playing tight end and how to block. He even said himself, we got to learn how to block down in line. That's you, sir, who needs to learn how to block in line, because the other 3 and 4 that we have can do it. Got
Thank
to
you,
take the
Chris.
kiddos to school. Just wanted to pop in and show you guys some love. Have a great day. Thank you, Chris. We love having you here, bro. Anytime you want to come on, talk football, you're more than welcome, man. You're family here, buddy. That's my Longhorns brother right there, Chris Maljoy, Coach MJ.
Thank you, Chris.
You, absolutely.
So anyway, so there's our guy. So you like it overall, like I said, considering the limited. I know we've already rehashed this, but it's May. We don't got football for a long time yet, so you might as well rehash some stuff. You like this draft class, especially when you considered we only had such limited capital entering the draft to come away with what you consider 4 solid picks. You were basically very satisfying.
Yes, very. Not only that, but let me kind of shoot this out you hypothetically. This is just us shooting off our hip, hypothetically speaking. The Dolphins do have some luck with undrafted free agents. So if you were to combine these 4 draft picks you have right here and say you get lucky and hit, I know we've only been getting like an average of 2 a year, but say you get 4. Now we have 8 new players to bring into the Dolphins, and you can cut some dead weight cap stuff and move some money around for the future, so you're not kicking the can down the road for the entire future. You got to start building for the future as well for when we need to take that next jump.
Yeah. So what's your take on trades? Are you counting like the guys we've traded for as part of this draft class? Because we would have had a first round pick from the 49ers who then they since traded away. And then, but we traded that for Chubb to the Denver Broncos. Are you one that looks like that? Or you're like, no, we just didn't have a first round pick. And then because we also added Ramsey from a 3rd round pick we would have had in this draft.
I think you can add Chubb and Ramsey basically to this mix.
Okay, so you are, because some people are saying, no, those are trade, but then some people say, no, but those are the resources
That's the resources you brought in for the draft picks you would have had. So, yeah, you can put them in that mix. You got Chubb and you got Ramsey. Damn, that's a good haul.
I know, so that's what I was saying. So it really depends on how you look at it like that.
Well, it does. It really does depend on how you look at it. Not only that, but if you want to think about this for a minute, let me kind of throw a nugget out here for you.
Yeah.
Let's think about this. The offensive line coaches have been changed down here for a minute, and it's not like you need this special running back to bring in to be effective, or like this genius play caller, which Mike McDaniels probably is, or maybe he isn't. We don't know.
Yeah,
but what I'm going to tell you is, no, I'm serious. Just check this out for a minute. Like, this is serious too. Like, this is what happens in an offensive line when it's a change in philosophy that needs to happen. Okay. It's not, that's why you brought in Butch Berry. Like, it's a change in philosophy, bro. You just want someone who's going to be like more into attack mode rather than how many pass plays did we run last year? We ran a lot of pass plays. So you're always on your heels and you're blocking. Okay. What you want to be doing is you want to be going downhill and taking the fight to them. And as an offensive lineman, when you're not doing that, you get passive aggressive and you forget how to do it because it's a body controlled mechanic. Just like being tackled, it's body control. So that's why you see so many injuries, because they're not used to being tackled, because they don't practice it in live hitting in practice no more. We do in Colorado Longhorns football. We practice that because I'm like, no, you need to be hit and feel what it's like to get your shit rocked.
Right.
And if
no,
not,
I agree.
you're going to get hurt. And that's why we're training them like that. If the Dolphins hadn't spent the first round pick on,
I know Justin's answer. I know Justin's answer. I know you would have taken the tight end.
Absolutely.
Kincaid, you would have been running to the podium.
The Chargers may have had the pick and traded it to Buffalo, and I wrote it down that would have been our spot with at 21. I would have taken Dalton Kincaid out of Utah, definitely. And the reason why is because now you have oh my God, dude, if you can make Higgins. And that's what I keep hearing people comparing it to, is that's supposed to be our Dalton Kincaid is Higgins. Okay, cool. I'm for it. If you can bring me in the cheaper version of what that kid can do, I'm all for it. You got to be able to do the blocking part of it, because Higgins can do the catching part of Kincaid's job. I've watched tape on him. Yeah. He's good. But can you do the point of attack stuff down low in line? Because Kincaid can do it. I know a lot of people are like, he can't block. You're full of crap. Go watch the tape again. He gives great effort. He might not be the best at it, but he can do it. And that's all that you have to do in this offense, man. Did Mike Gesicki do it? Dude, I'm telling you right now, dude, we have like a backup tight end. Like that Siebert is more athletic than Mike Gesicki. You throw Siebert the ball out on the edge, he might give you a move and shake a guy. What does Mike Gesicki do when you throw him the ball out on the edge?
He falls on the first contact.
That's a tight end, bro, and that's why I'm saying he's not a tight end. It's a glorified wideout. Kincaid ain't gonna fall down like that, bro. He's gonna try to run someone over.
No, I agree. I knew when Martina, when she asked that question, I was like, oh, Justin's gonna say Dalton Kincaid. That's what I was gonna say for you, and that's what I think too. I think it would just been.
I would have picked up Dalton Kincaid for sure if I was making those picks. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. I would love to have that. It's my dream job. If somebody ever gives me the opportunity for it, I'll build you a Super Bowl contender year after year.
I know you always say that, but we all think that. I know.
I'm not playing, man. Not only that, I would go with my SRS, my top rated player at every damn position. I don't care if someone didn't like it and they're like, we got 5 wideouts, or you're gonna get another one. And that's how I play my thing. I just best player available every pick, bro. And then I'll work in the rest. With the rest, I'll fill in. I can make it work, you know?
Yeah, I agree with you on the Dalton Kincaid, though. I think that's how the draft fell. That's when I think they would have gone. Now, if Gibbs had fallen and not done so higher than everyone thought, then I think it would have been a question between Gibbs and maybe Dalton Kincaid, you know? But when Gibbs were already off the board because the Dolphins went in and moved up with the limited resources they had, they would have just had the draft fall to them. I think they take Dalton Kincaid.
I got a quick question. Like, I know it's just rookie mini camp, so we're all taking this with a grain of salt and nothing's written in stone or anything. But I am hearing some stuff that Cam Smith and Chain, like, people are writing about them. Look, I do have those write-ups that I did on your website at dolphinsthirsty.com.
Yeah, I do.
You guys go check out those write-ups I did at the SRS scorecard and read my notes on that. And then go listen to what these people are talking about from Cam Smith and Chain. And my notes are eerily similar to what they're saying, how Chain looks like a slot receiver, runs routes like a receiver. Sounds like my write-up. And then you go and look Cam Smith, smooth with his drop back pedal, smooth feet, hand. Damn, sounds like just go look at those write-ups. Check out dolphinsthirsty.com for the great content, quizzes over there, all of his great stuff he does for the Dolphins, just for fun. Check out the scorecards. Check out the write-ups. It's going to be awesome. Go check it out.
Thank you so much. There you guys go. dolphinsthirsty.com. You can see players in the past, current players, everything discussed. And during draft season, women talk about potential future Dolphins that may find their way to the Miami Dolphins.
Martina, when that trade happened, my heart dropped. And the reason why is because of where he went in the trade. Buffalo had the same idea I had. And that's why I was like, no! I was pissed when that happened, bro. I was like, you can't let someone like that over jump you for a player of that caliber, bro. Like, I know everyone's like, he's coming out of college. You don't even know what he's going to be. Yeah, he could be a bust, but I got $9 out of 10 that he's not going to be. And
right. I mean, if I agree. If you're a GM and you just fall in love with one guy in the draft and that's the guy you want, it should be like the Kevin Costner movie Draft Day. Just no matter what. Guy. You know, no matter what, I'm taking Justin. You know, no matter what, I'm going up and I'm getting him, and I don't care, whatever. Or, you know, if he falls and people are going to say, oh, my God, he's not even a first-round pick. If that's the guy you want, it's your job on the line.
It's your pick.
You know, it's your pick. You take him. You know, the fans may rock, but they're all going to be cheering when he does well for the team.
My God. So I think that would have been my pick for sure, but there's lots of players I liked out of this draft. So, I mean,
well, unfortunately for our Miami Dolphins, normally when the fans have complained about a pick, they've been right. You know, that the guy doesn't turn out to be good, unfortunately. You're like, what? You got to remember when Eric Kumaro, way predates your days.
Oh, I remember Eric Kumaro, dude. I remember that pick.
You know, so it's like, I remember everyone saying, who the hell is he? And, you know, and I got quoted in the Miami Herald way back then as a kid, basically. And I said, I can't doubt Don Shula, but, you know, Eric Kumaro never turned out to be all that. But, you know.
Nope. Like, there's a lot of players like that in our history that, yeah, bro, Martina, yes, that's the thing that infatuates me about it. It's like, to me, he's a better version of Mike Gesicki because of what he brings you after he catches the football. Because after Dalton Kincaid catches the football, that's when all the magic happens, just like Kittle. I'm telling you, bro, when you get guys who can give you yak like that, who are sneaky quick and know how to, like, maneuver their body with great body control, with a smooth set of hands that kid has, Josh Allen just got himself a weapon, you guys, a weapon that we're going to have to defend. So we better figure this. Then tight ends kill us around here, man.
Oh, I know. Their tight end Knox already kills us.
And now they'll have two of them that they can use. They could use they'll be able to do all kinds of stuff to us, man. Like you could false start.
When you see Knox numbers, they're like Knox numbers are all there, but I put him on the all pro status because every time he plays against the Dolphins, he scores touchdowns and everything. I'm like, I think, oh, he's like that against everyone. Then you watch him and he doesn't even make an appearance in the game almost. I'm like, holy crap. Like against the Dolphins, and now they're going to have another worry out there to worry about. You
could have one of them fake block and then go out. One of them run up the seam. Like it's going to be hard to cover.
But it's a tough division. We know that. We got Aaron Rodgers coming to the division. We got already the defending champions. But I'm old school, so Buffalo's the team to beat right now, and the Dolphins or the Jets are vying to be the team that knocks them off. So hopefully it's the Dolphins. But the Bills are still the team to beat. Kansas City is still the team to beat in all of football, and we got them on the schedule. The Eagles would be the next team to beat, and we got them on the schedule. So, and the Dolphins, of course, like I said, have the Jets and the Bills. So there are no easy path for the Miami Dolphins. But I said when we did our schedule show, I did mention that good teams have to beat good teams or you're not a playoff team, and there's no excuses. But yes, that is a brutal stretch of games. Like I said, at least the final 4 of the last 5 are at home, which is good. But when you look at the opponents, it's not so great. Those are all tough teams that are not going to be any walk in the park. You got the Titans, who are historically always playing above expectations. You got the Jets, a division rival, coming in to South Florida with Aaron Rodgers. You got the always popular Dallas Cowboys, one of my least favorite teams outside of the division. And then you got at Ravens, which is historically in an awful spot for the Dolphins to go. But last year, they finally got off the snide there and had a great fourth quarter. And then, of course, the Bills at home is going to be a doozy. I'm hoping that's for all the marbles, man. I'm hoping that's for the division, that winner takes the crown of AFC East champs. That'd be a great thing right there.
You remember when we did that show, that was my prediction. It'll be for the division right there, all one game for the division at the end of the season. But I will say this about the schedule and what we're getting ready to face here with this gauntlet. I probably said it when we did the show as well, is I'll say this first because this is a new nugget. If you can win road games, then I think you're really starting to cook. You're supposed to protect your house and win at home. So Broncos, Giants, Panthers, Patriots, you need to win those games at home. But when you start to win the road games, now you're starting to do something, because now you're going into an opponent's house and you're taking their life from them. I like that. But with this being said, the way to have a successful schedule and a successful season is you want to start off with a win versus the Chargers. You want to go into, this is going to be hard. Okay. It's going to be really rough to do. You're going to want to go into the bye with a win, which is the game in Germany. Look right there. We need to go. Right. We need to win that game. Okay. No matter what. I don't care if we can't beat the Chiefs. Well, we need to win that game. Then you want to come out of the bye versus the Raiders with a win. And then you want to end the season with the Bills with the win. Remember what I said about the top 5 of the first 6 or 8 games or whatever we play right there before the bye. We need 5 or 6 wins, or no, 5, and then the last half of it you need 6. Yeah. Remember, so you can win 11 games.
I'm like, let's just say 10 or 11 is where the Dolphins. 9 wins would be a disappointment.
You need 11 wins.
I am 100% with you, Anthony, because these strength of schedule is based on last year. So, but it's the only thing we have to go by, is why I bring it up. But you are 100% right, Anthony.
He's so right,
based on last year, because teams that we think are going to be great this year could end up being not. And the teams that we think, the Panthers, they could be shocking the league by that point in the season.
Yeah, I know, right? He's right. So it's true. It's so true what he said right there, because like we thought what we think is going to be hard now may end up being easier. Just like the AFC West was supposed to be this great division last year, and it ended up being our division, the AFC East. So be prepared for anything to happen. None of this is predictable. It's very hard.
No, I agree. Again, man, Martinez bringing the fire today. When we make the playoffs, we will have proved a few. Yes, 100. Yes. We would have gone through the gauntlet, because all the teams we are playing, like Anthony said, it based on last year, but coming into this year, there are some tough teams. We're playing the defending NFC champions, so the defending AFC and Super Bowl champions, in the Kansas City Chiefs. So, I mean, that's tough right there. Then
you're playing those guys. you're playing them on the road too.
I know. I mean,
at
yeah,
Germany. That's not a
it's
home
tough.
game for us. That's a road game.
So anyway, this morning I was watching TV and I hadn't really, you know me, I'm all Dolphins. I'm Dolphins thirsty. If you want to quench your thirst, come to dolphinsthirsty.com or follow me on any of the social media outlets. But now with that said, I was having my breakfast this morning while watching the NFL Network and this popped up there. Can you believe the Chargers got 6 primetime games? The Dallas Cowboys, Buffalo Bills, Kansas City Chiefs, and the Chargers. Of all those teams, I'm like, I understand why the Cowboys, because they've been always claimed to be America's team. They always get their primetime games. Buffalo, okay, they've been kicking butt in the division. Kansas City, of course, but the Chargers, 6 primetime games, and then 5 primetime games. The Vikings, the Giants, the Raiders, the Eagles, the Packers, and the Jets. I mean, some of these teams, I mean, I don't know. I don't get how some of those teams get more love. And I don't care. I'm with Justin 100% on this take. I like being the underdog and disrespected and say, but how in the hell the Raiders and then the Packers? I know that they're traditional.
That's what I was going to say.
The Packers, they're a traditional team, but they just lost Aaron Rodgers. And the Jets, just because they signed Aaron Rodgers. It just doesn't make sense as some of these guys get. I mean, the Eagles, they were in the Super Bowl. By all accounts, they may have the best roster in football heading into next season, so I understand. But the Vikings I just don't get some of these teams getting all that primetime love. But with that said, I like being an underdog. So
yeah, I don't understand the Raiders or the Packers. How the hell would they get that one when they both just lost their starting quarterbacks? That's crazy.
I know it is. What
is a tough stretch of house games both home and away this season, where we're going to be playing multiple games on the road and multiple games at home. Yeah, you're right. That's a very good point he just brought up right there. And what he means by that is, like, look how we start the season at the Chargers. They do this to us every year, at the Chargers and at the Patriots. So that's 2 home games or 2 road games back to back.
Yeah.
Then you come home for one and then go back out on the road. But then you turn around and got 2 more home games. Yep, they do it to us multiple times too, Anthony. If you see, then right down there after the Raiders game, after the bye week, you got the Black Friday game versus the Jets. Then you turn right back. That's a short week for us, you guys. You got a Black Friday game, which is on Friday, obviously. Then you turn right back around and have to play on the weekend versus Washington.
Well, yeah, so that's actually, the short one is coming off the Raiders, and then
that's rough, bro. That's hard. I mean,
yeah, I know, but at least it's Friday, not Thanksgiving, so you get a little extra day, I guess. But I agree, it's
out of that first 9 games, dude. You definitely, like I said earlier, but when we did the schedule show release, you have to have 5 wins, bro. No less than 5. You have to have 5 by the time you go into that bye. No matter what, you have to. You have to win 5 of the first 9 games.
No, I agree with you once again, Justin. You're bringing the fire. So is Martina. Because what with the Rams rebuilding, they see the Chargers as the number 1 team in the large LA market.
Yep.
Those last 3 words that she used is exactly large LA market. You're right. That's what I was forgetting. It's a big market. They need those eyeballs on the TV.
Yeah, bro. Martina's on fire right now, coming off the top ropes. You got it right. It's the market that they assume to, which is the New York market and the LA market. They're the bigger markets. So those are the ones that are, it's just like basketball. Those are the ones that people are gonna flock to, and they're gonna get all the ratings because they got the bigger scene out there. That's fine. We all know where the great football comes from, and all the best football players are in South Florida.
Thank you. I agree.
We already know that. So we just
I know. And the funny thing is, LA is not even a huge football town, man. They don't even have the passionate fan base and all that. I mean, they lost teams over the years because they didn't have.
They lose teams all the time, but they're loaded with teams.
But now they build that beautiful stadium. But both teams and the Chargers are almost like an afterthought because that's really the Rams stadium, and they just said, "Okay, little cousin, you can come play."
Yeah, kind of like the Jets are to the Giants. Yeah,
right, exactly. Like, okay, you can come play in our stadium when But it's just crazy though. But yeah, that was a good point. It's definitely the market more.
I mean, if you really think about this, I know we're running kind of at the end of time, the end of the show here, but I don't want to carry on too much. But I think we make too much out of these things, like these major market teams, and then you got guys like Aaron Rodgers going over there, and people are like, well, like you listen to the shows, and they're like, well, they're Super Bowl contenders, and they're gonna go back to the promised land, and Aaron's gonna lead them there, and like they're trying to write a storyline for it, and that's great and all, but it still has to. It looks great on paper, right? Just like our team, but it still has to work out on the football field. And I'll be honest with you, what I think is going to happen is probably not what you guys think is going to happen, because I think it's going to go a little differently for Aaron. I think he's going to have some struggles that he was dealing with when he was a rookie and when he was in younger parts of his career.
Well, I hope you're right, man.
It's different. It's not like he's just going to jump in there and start lighting it up. Yeah, Nathaniel Hackett's there. They're bringing back some of their old offense. Yeah, but the players are different. The scheme is the same with different players. Or is it going to mix? We don't know yet. We don't know what they have. We'll find out when we start playing live bullets with them. We'll find out.
No, and you're right, Anthony. I don't live out in Los Angeles, but I do hear there's still a lot of Raider fans out there. So
there's Raider fans out there that are diehard. That they're probably still pissed off that they moved the team to Las Vegas, bro. Honestly,
I mean, to me, the Chargers should have never left San Diego. They should have done something.
They should have stayed in San Diego, bro.
They should have done something. Whatever. The owner should have just ponied up. I know he wanted the county and the city to spend money, but when you're billionaires, man, just go out and you spend your darn money.
Yeah, not only that, but it's like they have so many teams in Cali right now. You don't need that many. That's why the Raiders got out of there. So, I mean, I don't know, man. It's just there's too much money involved in both coasts.
I understand. I know why. I know why they do it, but to me, they should have just stayed. The NFL should be a little stricter like they used to be in the old days, make it harder for these teams. And now they're just encouraged to these teams to move. Like Oakland soon, I don't think the Oakland A's baseball team would be in Oakland much longer. They're going to eventually move to
Probably
Vegas.
Not the way they're playing ball right now.
I know, so
not working out very good.
I know, and that stadium's atrocious. They need a new stadium. It's just awful out there, man. It's like a big old empty nest that they play in. So it's just, but it's a shame though, because these are traditional teams, man.
Yep.
It's just like it stinks. To me, like I still want to say San Diego. I still want to say Washington Redskins, even though I know it's not the politically. So if you ever hear me, it's not that I'm trying to be. I just so many years of saying the Redskins, the Commanders, it doesn't flow off the tip of my tongue.
I heard that they just sold their team too, so they could be having.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah,
changes now, all that crap coming too. So who knows what's going to happen with that team? You know what I mean? Spanos is freaking cheap.
Yeah, that is true.
He didn't want to pay for his stadium. That's why they left, and they're sharing a stadium with the Rams now. Yep, he's right. And that's why that's not working out well for them. How the hell do they get the primetime games then? It makes zero sense to me.
I know. I guess, but like the big market, but I don't even think they even have it. I know, but I don't even think there's that many people that even care about the Chargers all that much. It's just
dude,
crazy.
Their fan base. I live out here in Colorado, like I said, and like the jerseys that I sell mostly are all like Broncos, Raiders, some Chiefs, and Cowboys. Like the Chargers, once in a while you'll get someone who wants one, but they don't sell either, bro. Like their market's thin.
I know, it's just surprising. Like I said, they should have just never. I would say it, and we're not the Chargers thirsty network. We're the Dolphins thirsty network. I think it should have been the Charger. I remember as a kid, like Dan Fouts and all those games.
Yeah,
and
some Lance.
That game, like, that's one of the first games I really remember is when we lost that heartbreaker playoff game. Yeah, with Kellen Winslow, and they, we were down and we came back and tied, and then we basically end up going in overtime, and then they broke my heart. But that's the game that hooked me in. So to me, I always relate. I will always relate San Diego to the Chargers. It's not. It's
you want to know what? One of the best Dolphins games I ever seen in my life. I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of people are probably gonna laugh. Like was the Dolphins Thanksgiving game versus the Cowboys when it snowed. Like I had like a Dolphins shirt with the sleeve on my head, like a rally towel. I was a kid. I was like, yeah, come on, we got to win this. And then we won in the end. So to me, it's like, it was just a dream come true when we won that game in the snow. And like, it never snows in Texas. And it did. It was.
Oh, no, that was great. I remember because that's going back many moons ago, man. I mean,
I'll never forget that game. Ever.
But I had to be up in Sheboygan, Michigan, of all. And my only stipulation was I have to be where there's a TV. They're like, well, you don't think we got TVs in Sheboygan?
We don't got a TV in Sheboygan, Michigan.
So that was my only stipulation, man. I just had to be able to watch a football game, or I didn't even want to go on this trip. And they're like,
I would have been the same way you were.
Because, me, I just like watching that was before then I had a job where I had to work Thanksgivings and Christmases and everything. But that was my one Thanksgiving tradition was always, and then when the Dolphins are playing, well, of course I had to see it. And it's like, and then it worked out. I got to see it, and I was like, I was for sure because we drove all the way from Sheboygan, Michigan, back to South Florida.
Oh wow!
And I was like the whole way, I was like on cloud nine, thinking, "Oh my God, this is a team. We're going to do it. We got it." And we never won another game the rest of the damn season.
Yeah,
exactly. That killed me, man. But hey, that's just part of being. Yes, right, and I do agree what Anthony said there. Dolphins kind of laid some eggs on the.
It's because we drop the ball when we get those primetime games. We don't play good in them. We traditionally never really have. Well, we have in Monday Night Football.
Yes, but recently no. Back in the Marino era,
tradition.
Right, recent. But yeah, we go out there. We laid an egg against the Chargers. We did give the Bills a good battle, but yeah, against the Chargers, we just laid an egg, man. We were just West Coast overhang over whatever.
Bro, I'm still pissed about the snow Bills Dolphins game from last year, bro. It reminded me of the Colorado Longhorns versus the Phoenix, the game we lost, our first game of the season, which it's just leaves a sour taste in your mouth. And you lose like I say, that you should have won, bro. Like you're like, no, that didn't go right.
No, I know. But no matter what, this year, like I say, I'm going to be disappointed with anything less than double-digit wins. There's no excuse with the roster.
11 wins or nothing for me, man. You got to win 11 games, or I'm not pleased. 11 games. Oh,
I was at that game. I was at that game in the Orange Bowl.
That's when I became a Dolphins fan too. Right then, that same game, Monday Night Football, 1985. When the Marino upset the Bears from taking the undefeated game. That's when I became a Dolphins fan, was that night right there.
Well, I was already a diehard at that point, and I was at that game, and I was young, of course. I was like 15, 16 years old, somewhere around that. But that game, man, I'd never forget it. It's good to and I've been to some playoff games, and I've been to many other games since then, but nothing from a kid's memory. When you're younger, you put everything up there, just like we all. But that game, in my mind, is like the greatest game I've ever been to.
I know, right? Like that's the one that got me. Like, man, Marino.
The Orange Bowl was rocking. The Orange Bowl was rocking. I get goosebumps thinking about it. It was just rocking, and it was chilling. And seeing those Bears walk off the field with their heads down, knowing that they wouldn't be perfect like our Dolphins were perfect back in '72. To me, it was great. The refrigerator was wilting out there. The refrigerator was busted. They unplugged the refrigerator. It was just a great
refrigerator.
Yeah, they did. It was just great, man. I loved it. That was a great game. Unfortunately, we haven't had enough of those games now. We get to get back to that. We need to get to that brand of football where people want to watch our brand, because that means then we're good. And that's all I want. I want to be a good product, a fun product. And at the end of the day, I know I can't control it, but I just hope whatever buttons they're hitting are the right buttons. And
see what you're talking right there, Zoo. We need to get back to winning Dolphins culture. Winning Dolphins culture. That's team culture you're talking about right there. Our history has a culture behind it. The no-name defense, the undefeated 72-73 Dolphins. We have a team that was
we had the Killer Bees. We've had all kinds of fun stuff. We didn't win the Super Bowl with the Killer Bees. We had fun. We had great times. And it's what hooked me being a Dolphin fan. I just want that brand of football back. Not just like excuse year after excuse year. And Kohler, I've recently followed you on Twitter. Would love a follow back. And I still want to do a show with Kohler one day. I have to go to his network he's on and try to be better. Kohler's great, man. To me, he is the best voice in all Dolphins land. And he's about my age, so he knows the days of the good days. Well, I'm a little older than him, maybe, but he knows the days of those days, like a lot of these younger guys, like my kids, I just got to tell about, my oldest is 20, my other one's 17, but all they can hear about is like, okay, Dad, yeah, that was good. They haven't even won a playoff game in their lives, so they're like, okay, Dad, yeah, they were exciting back then. But you make me root for a horrible team. They get mad like I do. They go, you make me root for a horrible team.
I'll be honest with you. I listen to some sports radio and hear some people talk, and it doesn't make me feel that bad to be a Dolphins fan. I hear some like Redskins fans or Commanders fans, whatever you want to call their team now, talk about how in their lifetime they've never even seen their team win 10 games.
Oh, I know. No, I mean, there's bad. I mean, look at the Lions and stuff, and the Lions are going to be pretty good this year.
I think that's a sneaky team, dude. I think the Lions are going to do something.
That was a surprise to me, though, that's a game that starts off the whole football season, Lions at Kansas City. So I figured You know, I
bet you
figured
the
that.
Lions are good this year.
I guess they
I
did
bet you
because
they're
doesn't Philadelphia visit Kansas City this year? I'm surprised they
think
didn't
so.
start the Super Bowl rematch with that. It would have been the perfect time
Right.
to do, you know. But anyway, so yeah, it's just no. I think
I
the
wish they would
Lions
have
are
made
going
the
to be a.
Dolphins play the Chiefs to start the season.
Yeah, I know. Hey, that's what some people wanted. But hey, I would take going over to Germany. It's like we don't have to go into that sea of red Arrowhead Stadium. So, you know, it's
Right.
almost like a little bit. If you have to go overseas for a game, it's not your home game. We get a whole 9 games this year at home due to the,
Mm-hmm.
you know, odd number of games in the season. This is a year that we get 9 at home. So you got to have a winning home record for sure. Can't be on the
Yeah.
losing side of too many home games. Take advantage of being in South Florida. And, you know, it should work out. I'm not worried about who we have to play because at the end of the day, we got to beat good teams, be a good team. And
Yep.
that in the playoffs, they're all going to be good teams. And there's not going to be
Yep.
like in the past where we in the playoffs and one and done. You know, now we're
Right.
going to be ready. We're going to be battle tested when we get there. And just a
Yeah.
little bit of luck. Some of it's luck. We have to avoid the injury.
Yeah. You have to stay healthy. I'll be honest with you. Like, it could be
Thank you,
worse.
Kohler.
It could be a lot worse because I kind of like where the bye is falling. It's kind of like a half and half schedule. You know what I mean? If you get what I'm saying, like you got like those first 9 games, and then you're gonna have like a bye. Like the bye could have came earlier, could have came 2 weeks earlier, and then you wouldn't have the position you have. At least you got it in that part of the season. Then you can end the season kind of like a half a season and another half.
No, I agree. And Justin, hate to cut you up, but Anthony has 2 questions for you, and I'll let you answer them while I'm getting the back end ready to close down the show for the day. But here's the first one.
What you got, my brother? Justin, being that you're a football coach, new coach, both Florida and in Colorado, do you feel that the players have stamina and longer stretches because of training for games in Florida or Colorado? Longer stretches as far as like their length of their career, or like you mean like as far as stretches as being like in, I don't understand, like I don't know. I don't.
I guess he asked now he's saying, hey, that's awesome, Anthony. Go over there, man. Take advantage of it. So he has a friend that he says he is.
Oh man,
willing to pay for my airfare, Dolphins tickets, and hotel to go. Take it, man.
Go.
Take it. That's great. So I guess what he's asking, like, be training. Let's see, Justin, that you're a football coach, both Florida and in Colorado. Do you see that you feel have stamina and longer stretches because of training for games in Florida or?
Oh,
I don't know what the Colorado. Florida, yes, stamina. Right.
Yeah, I actually think you would have more stamina if you were to train here in Colorado and then go back down to sea level in Florida. And the reason why is that's why most athletes that are in the Olympics, like we got the USA Olympic Training Center here in Colorado Springs. It's the thin air. Like if you train here and you're a beast, like some of my Colorado Longhorns, they're beasts here. They go down to sea level. Wow, they'll be superhuman, altered beasts now because down there it's just different. The air is thicker. There's more to breathe in. It's not as thin. Like you're going to probably run faster and jump a little bit better down there. It's going to feel different than it does up here. That's why they train up here, is to get in better shape so they can move faster, and then the stamina actually builds up quicker. So yeah, I believe that it's both beneficial, but better if you were to work out in Colorado versus down at sea level. So yes, here is where people want to train, is where I live, because then you can go down to sea level and just eliminate people, bro. Your speed is faster, your strength is better, you can increase your vertical leap, everything, because of this thin air that we have here. It's better for you. It's more beneficial. The blood will flow better for you. It's going to be better. So yes, if that answers.
Well, thank you, Justin. That gave me time to get the back end video ready to go. Guys, thank you so much. Justin, as always, a big fins up for you joining me. Hopefully Wednesday we do it again. And we do another show. Guys, fins up. Thank you so much. And today I'm going to end with a little Dolphin song instead of doing my normal ending, because you guys got me all fired up for the season.
Yes, sir.
Old school, Justin. You can plug your ears because this is not your favorite song. But here we go. Fins up. Number one. Thank you. See you guys soon, and visit DolphinThirsty.com.
Definitely.
Miami has the Dolphins. the greatest football team. We take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. We're in the air, we're on the ground, we're always in control. And when you say Miami, you're talking Super Bowl, 'cause we're the Miami Dolphins.